Hello everyone, welcome to a tutorial on how to install mods properly for Grand Theft Auto. I'm not going to get much into the installation of Grand Theft Auto because, everyone has to kind of go through the point of GTA where you have to figure out how to work it somewhat. I can assist you on how to install mods properly and an EMB if that's what you guys so choose. So basically, to start this off, I'm just going to show you where everything goes whenever you decide to do anything with GTA. It's inside your main directory for Grand Theft Auto. I have multiple main directories. If you want to have something like that so you can do different stuff, you don't really have to worry about changing stuff out a lot. You could have this be a California pack or that be a Minnesota pack, whatever you choose. You could have, all you got to do is copy and paste it in there and rename it to what you want. And going inside of this, I'm going to work off extra because it's the one that I use for these demonstrations. This is a fully modded directory with ELS, LCPDfr, Braveheart, modded cars, custom ELS, all that stuff. So that's what I'm going to go over with you guys. Basically everything in here. We're going to go over Braveheart, LCPDfr, ELS, Simple Native Trainer, and OpenIV, installing Sirens cars. And I'm going to try to do this in a reasonable manner within 15 minutes. So I suggest maybe 15-20, I don't know. Usually they end up to be 30. But if at any time you don't understand what's going on or you're getting confused, pause the video and rewind it. You're going to probably need to do a lot of that because of how fast I'm going. But I can guarantee you, by following these procedures, you should be able to get in game, no problem. I've helped a lot of people install them just by overseeing what they're doing, and by watching and making sure they're doing it right, they have been able to get in game and be able to play no problem, which that happens a lot because sometimes when you're new to modding, you just don't know what to do or where stuff goes. So let's get it going. So we're going to start out with installing LCPDfr first. That's how everything is going to need to be ran when you get this pullovers and the rest. So inside, this is D. This is the only one that's available on LCPDfr right now. So what you would do to install LCPDfr D is highlight everything in the folder, hold Control, unclick the two PDFs, and drag it into your main directory. It is as simple as that. When it asks you to replace any of the files, you just click them all and then hit yes. It's going to probably ask for 290 something. Okay, 698. Just replace all the files in the destination and click continue. Wait for it to do its thing, and once you're done, you've successfully installed LCPDfr. Now I'm going to show you really quickly how you're going to edit the stuff. You can come in here and down below, as you can see right here, where is it? Okay, key bindings controller. These are everything to do with your controller settings. If you want to change stuff so it's more accessible for you who uses a controller, you can edit that stuff. Key bindings are up here, and they start right here where it says key bindings. You can change anything that has to do with the keyboard there. An easier way to just hit the general settings is to go into the diagnostics tool, click advanced mode, and configure your LCPDfr by double clicking on your config, and you can edit anything you want in here with some very general settings. You can link your account, your scenario multipliers and stuff, the name, custom names and stuff. Once you're done, you hit apply, okay, and then close it and close. And you have customized your LCPDfr, and you're good to go on that. So we'll open up our location one more time so we can continue this. So looking at our next thing, we have LCPDfr done. Now next is Braveheart. Braveheart, I'll just copy and paste this link and we'll go to the website. All these links will be available in the description of this video so you can access them as quick as you can. So when you go here, you'll go to LCPDfr. I was already on LCPDfr. You go here and you'll download it. Now anything that I'll give you a brief explanation on what scripts are and where they always go. To identify a script, it's a .net.dll, simple as that. And something that goes in your main directory, something like ELS, is a .asi. So remember, main directory equals ASI, script equals .net.dll. That's the easiest way. I learned it back in the day so I could quickly install mods and all that stuff, and that way you can make people knowledgeable with that same thing. So again, if we look in here, you can see anything has to do with .NET-DLL. Sometimes for some scripts, they have extra folders that sit in there. That is for VDH, so make sure you grab all that extra data and stuff with it. But for Braveheart's policing script, which is right here, it's just two files. It's a configuration setting, which is a text document, and a policing.net.dll, which is your actual script. They go inside of your scripts folder, which sits inside of your main directory, and as long as you install LCPDfr, you will get that script directory like you need. So make sure you always start out with Lcpdfr just like we did, because it gives you all your necessary folders, so then you can proceed to mod the game. So now that we've went over Braveheart and ELS, we're going to move, or Braveheart and LCPDFR first response, we're going to move to ELS version 8. This is going to get a little tricky because I'm going to show you guys kind of how to edit it too. So ELS is right here, and this is what the installation files look like in the beginning. Now a breakdown, these three are very important. Even though you installed them with LCPDFR, you need to have these current ones, because if not, you might possibly crash when you spawn your police car. So make sure you install those files when it comes to installing your ELS version 8. After that, again, you don't necessarily have to put the visual settings.dat. That's just what they give to you when you do it. It's just a enhanced version if you don't use an ENB. I don't recommend putting them in. If you want to try them, always make a backup, because backups are very important. Again, so put everything in. You would just highlight everything and put it in. Unless you don't want the visual settings, you would hold control and unhighlight it. Drag that stuff into your main directory, which we're about to do right now, and replace. And now I'm going to show you guys how to set up custom configs for each car. I already, as you can see, have custom configs set for each of my car, and I'll show you a quick breakdown on how you do that. So if we look here, it's FBI, and I've replaced it with the default one that's in this zip, so we'll close that since we don't need it. So we're going to connect the FBI slot with the FBI config that I made. So what you would do is go to the FBI and type FBI_config, or it could just be FBI. They just have to match. And that's connected with this FBI. So you can customly edit this to be all blue lights, anything you want. You can do a custom slick top. I'm not going to get much into that, because you guys can learn how to customize your ELS after. I just want to show you guys how to set it up properly. So again, an example would be if we want to connect police with, instead of a default config, we would want to connect it with its own config. You would put police and then save, and as you can see, for the police slot, it is now connected with that. And this could be all red, it could be whatever you so choose. You can come into the main directory and also edit extra stuff inside the ELS, like your range. I don't recommend you use these. They really didn't do a good job on setting up realistic light tones. I use around 70 to 90 with my intensity down to around 4. My range sequentials probably around 5. I like to be able to see them. Intensity 7, way too high. Around 4 or 5, maybe even 3. And again, follow the same pattern with these. And you know, your coronas, you always want to make sure those are turned down too, because you don't want big blobs on the cement. You can do how your flash delay right here, and your FX set, the clicking that comes on when you turn on your ELS. That's basic functions of ELS and how to install that. Moving on to the next, we'll open up our links and we'll see what we have. So Simple Native Trainer. We'll copy and paste this link in, and we'll go to that, and then I'll reference it in my main directory because it's already there. So this is your Simple Native Simple Native Trainer. And what this is it lets you spawn your vehicles, add more health, teleport to different spots on the map, and do a whole bunch of stuff that's really helpful to either police role-playing or anything to do with what we're trying to do here. So definitely download this to be able to have the comfortability of having all that stuff that a trainer offers. Now we'll look at the trainer, and we always have to do something in the trainer to get your liveries to work with the cars, which will be down the road when we import them. So once you have your trainer, it is again a .asi. We went over this, and this goes in your main directory instead of your scripts folder. So double click on your trainer, and you can search this too. I don't know how to find, and you would type in livery. It's easier that way. And then close it, and you want to change it to a 0 because I've already have this customized. Yours will be a 1 if it's already at a 0 and your liveries don't work. Change it to a 1, but if anything, it has to be at a 0. So once that's done, you save it, and you don't need to do anything else with that. To access the trainer in game, you hit F3. If it doesn't work, you hit F4. One of those two functions is going to pop up the trainer. Okay, moving on. Last but not least, OpenIV. By clicking on the link in the description to get OpenIV, you will be brought to this website right here where you will download OpenIV, which is how you will install cars and all this stuff. I don't prefer Spark. If it works for you, go ahead and do what you have to do. I will be exampling OpenIV because that is what I use. You would download it here and follow the correct steps to do so, and we will open it up and we will get an example on how to install how to install everything you need to in here really quick. So I'll open up this test pack, which is a beta test pack full of some cars, and we'll take out just police, just a regular police, and we'll put it on our desktop. So like when you download a car from Lcpdfr, this site right here, which is under the downloads, over on the left hand side you'll see vehicles, and then you click that and then you hit the models instead of textures, you have vehicle models, and you can download any of these. You will see files like this inside of it right here that says police.wft and wtd. You will go inside your OpenIV and you will go to PC, models, CD images, vehicles, and you will import them into this section. This is where all your vehicle goes. So we'll import this car in. Okay, police. And we'll go down to the police and we'll view it. This is why I like OpenIV, because you could take a peek at cars before they're even in your game and kind of see if you like them or not. This is a really cool car, and that way you've just installed the car. So now I'm going to show you guys how to go into the resident. So you would go PC, audio, SFX, resident.rpf, and this is where all of your weapon sounds, horns, and everything that you want to customize like that, that's where that goes. And simply all you would do is click on it, replace it, and it instantly replaces that file. Now I'll show you where uniforms and pred props go, which is the same location as your vehicles. So you go PC, PC models, CD images, vehicles. I have a lot of extra stuff in mine because I just throw stuff in so I can edit anywhere. It's safe to do that, but it's confusing, so don't mind that extra vehicles that were sitting in the wrong spot. They're supposed to go in the vehicles images. I'll even show you guys what I'm talking about when I'm done. This is the vehicles again. I'm going to just delete these. They shouldn't be there again. I edit so many vehicles that I need to be able to have access to them without putting them over my good ones. So that's what yours will look like. Component peds, ped props, radars. Might not have the spotlight in there, but you'll have every other one. So you can edit your weapons here, your vehicles, radar, ped props, component peds. These are your uniforms. All you have to do is file this path at the top, which you could just pause the video and then file it yourself. PC models, CD images, component peds, or vehicles, whatever you want to do that way. That's pretty much what OpenIV is used for, and that is a general breakdown of how to install what I generally use inside of LCPDFR. If I were to look through my main directory, the only last thing I would be able to think of is the ENB. So what we'll do is I'll just show you the iCandy ENB6 files, and all you do with any ENB, no matter what one it is you just drag and drop in all those files. And then you're good to go. Your game is set up by the standards of which I set everyone up that I know, so hopefully it works for you. Just on this video, if you have any questions or comments about something I did, or you want just a little more information, please only place it on this video. I hope this has helped you. If it did help you, please put it in the comments so I know that I'm doing something right. And if it didn't help you, I apologize. You can still put it in the comment. But just let me know some feedback. I hope this helped, like I said, and we will catch you guys next video.